Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of Speaking of Stadia. Episode 10. It feels good. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron, and as with me always is my favorite John Krasinski on the internet, Too Tall himself, and the bearded beauty, Jacob Porter. Jacob, how are you?
A smaller beard now.
Yeah,
Good.
good.
I just
we
cleaned
both
up
trimmed up like at the same time, which is wild.
I cleaned up. My hair was staying so long. It was disgusting. So I'm like, okay, I need to finally. I was saying all last week, I'm gonna cut my hair. I'm gonna cut my hair. I never did, and I finally got last night. I was like, really
snapped.
I was exhausted last night. I'm like I'm gonna go to bed at like 9 o'clock. I'm like, no, I'm gonna cut my hair instead.
No, I'd rather do this.
Yeah, I'd rather.
So as somebody who has very thin hair, like my way too long is like this big, and I'm like, it's gross. I gotta shave it. So I cleaned it all up too.
I had a coworker that had always kept it really short. I'm like, dude, just grow it out. Just grow it out. I want to see it. I want to see the hair. And now he left the company, but I still keep up with him. And he's got this big hair now. I'm like, well, dude, oh my God, this is beautiful. Like, why didn't you do this?
It took you so long.
Yeah.
Well, it feels good to be back.
Yes, it does.
I know we're a Stadia podcast, but I like that we've started out the last couple shows with what are we drinking tonight? I have this tropical creamsicle. It's a cream ale with vanilla, peach, and mango. It's quite delightful.
I'm drinking an apricot sour.
Ooh.
Just nice.
From one of your local boys, I would assume?
Yes, one of the locals. Yeah, no, it's good. My friend came over Saturday. We socially distanced, watched a concert on the internet, and we shared some beers and food. Good. It was nice to hang out with someone for second time in a long time, because I had some friends over a few weeks ago too.
Nice.
But hung out on our deck, which is nice.
Nice. My wife's best friend and her husband came over last night. I made wings. It was her friend's birthday, and sometimes just that 30 minutes to an hour of socialization, it feels nice in this weird world.
Oh, so speaking of beer and video games, actually at the same time though. Sorry. By the way, awesome that you guys, some people come over. Good.
Thank you. And the wings were bomb.
I really craved some wings recently. I've been really craving wings, so I may have to get some this weekend. So no, actually, I started off a long time ago trying to stream a little bit. I had no success with this at all, but I actually did. Mr. Game and Brew was my Twitch account for a little bit.
Game and Brew,
so I was like drinking beer, reviewing it while playing games. It didn't go anywhere. I just didn't have the drive for it at the time, but
let's bring it back.
I wish. But yeah,
awesome.
So what? Sweet. So what have you been playing?
What have I been playing?
Stadia, no Stadia, doesn't matter what you've been playing. I don't care what it's just all Stadia.
Like the corporate shill I've been on the Fall Guys bandwagon for sure. That is mostly due to in part that I can play with my kid. Games that are very rare for us, so we just take turns every full episode and go back and forth.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you because if you can do teams then, right?
You can, but I believe it's not split screen.
So I wasn't sure if he had his own. I wasn't sure if he had his own PlayStation or not. Okay.
No, we're not there yet, but we still have a great time just passing it back and forth and laughing and having a good time. Other than that, I did dive into some more of the Avengers beta. Loving that game. Cannot wait for it.
I actually need to download. I'll probably download that app. I know it's over soonish, so I might download that and try to play some this week on PC. Because it's nice. It's just a demo. It's just a demo on it's just available on PC. You don't need a pre-order or anything.
Well, it's trash on PC, but
I'm sure it is. But
I mean, I've heard it's just a garbage port for some reason. So please don't judge it too harshly based.
I won't. I just want to see how the gameplay feels in general.
Yeah, it's great. And then right before this, I was playing a little bit of Wave Break, which feels good. Although also feels a little weird because I've also been playing a lot of the Tony Hawk demo, waiting for the new Tony Hawk.
So you got that burrito?
I got that burrito.
Give me that Tony Hawk burrito review. How is that?
The new Tony Hawk is perfection. I've never not only is there that nostalgia feeling, I put up 300,000 points on my first run. It felt so good to play. It took me right back to 8th grade when those games dropped. Oh, I can't wait for the full release next weekend. So good.
So what did you think of, since you played the Wave Break originally when it first came out and kind of fell off of it, and you played some Tony Hawk and now you went back to Wave Break? How do you feel about how Wave Break feels?
It still feels a little just tough to me for some reason. I don't feel like it has quite the smoothness that Tony Hawk does to it. It's getting a lot better. I definitely noticed a change since I dove in day one versus now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I could feel a lot. I could feel a lot of the updates. which is really nice. Like it was actually fun to kind of dive in again. But man, Tony Hawk just has this like crispness and like fluidity to it that is, I don't know.
It's hard to
replicate.
replicate. It's hard to replicate what they did, and they did. It seems like they did a good job of the port. I'm hearing great things from everyone on the internet about how that game feels. So, yeah, I did not get the burrito to get the demo. Or is the demo just available somewhere that you don't need to get the burrito?
Oh, I pre-ordered it.
Oh, okay. So
you got the demo if you pre-ordered it, and like I'm such a diehard Tony Hawk fan. There was no chance I wasn't pre-ordering.
Yeah, it's a game I'll get at some point, but I'm probably not gonna get right at launch just because money's. And I've been on a big board game kick, which I'll get to at some point on this. What you've been playing, because other games.
I do love their $40 price point. I think that's awesome.
Great. That's a great price point. Like they had the deluxe edition for $50, which with our advertising, which is like kind of annoying. But
I didn't. I just went for the $40 version. I'm more than happy with it.
I was on Epic Game Store adding my free games on the Epic Game Store, and I'm like, oh, Tony Hawk's available for $50. I'm like, that's odd. And then I'm like, oh no, my friend's like, oh no, it's 40. I'm like, wait, then why are they advertising they're advertising deluxe edition?
Yeah,
gotta make that bread.
So tell me about you. What have you been playing lately?
So I've still been actually playing. I've been playing some more Stadia. I've been playing through just Shapes and Beats a lot on my phone.
Okay.
Just while I'm using the restroom. Mostly. But not just in general. I've been playing that game on the screen, on TV, and on the phone. And then I've also been playing a lot more Monster Boy. I think, what was my percentage on that game? I think last time I checked was like 25% of the way through that game. I've got 3 of the power, like the chain, because you can like you start off as the main character, and then you get other abilities to shapeshift, essentially, because the whole point of the game is like your crazy uncle is drinking some booze and then going around and zapping people.
Love that. And
then as you're going to collect these orbs, and you get different abilities when you get those orbs.
I mean, who doesn't have a drunk uncle that goes around zapping people?
Yeah, I know. Right?
Like, what a relatable game.
Yeah, he's flying around. He's literally flying around on the booze, and then
my uncle was named after booze before there was a booze named that. I have an Uncle Duff.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
So yeah,
true story.
I'm enjoying that game. Actually, at the beginning, it felt it was really way too easy, and it's actually ramped up in difficulty in terms of like it's very cutesy and simple, so it's kind of deceiving that way. But some of it's just like enemies randomly do a ton of damage, just feels a little cheap at times. But other times, just the platform is pretty difficult, and it's actually kind of fun challenge. So,
is there an actual difficulty spike to it, or is it just like randomly you'll get hit with really hard enemies?
I think it's part of like the puzzle. Like, it's an easier puzzle, so they make certain enemies do more damage. Like these bombs that you guys threw off, or these certain enemies the fire like did a ton of damage, so like it made it a little frustrating at times. But I never felt too cheap. I was just being dumb about the platforming puzzle I was dealing with. I'm like, oh, this is actually how I'm supposed to do this. Why am I being dumb? So it's a little bit of both. But it's fun. Different characters and their abilities are pretty fun. It's fun to switch them on the fly. I'm enjoying that role. And just Shapes and Beats is just a really fun rhythm game. I talked about it last time. I'm not gonna go crazy about it, but it's a fun, essentially boss rush kind of game. Like there are bosses and there are levels. Like levels will have different checkpoints throughout. And bosses you can take more damage, but you have one shot to get through the whole song.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little more, that's more risk. Like you may have to redo this entire thing, so you gotta be a little more on point.
Interesting.
But yeah, I'm enjoying both those games on Stadia. I did also jump into Kona, which is one of the free games.
I have it downloaded. I haven't actually played it though. How do you feel?
Wait, what did you just say?
Oh God, sorry. I have it claimed. There's the word. I have it claimed. Yes. I just haven't actually played it yet.
I had to call you on that.
Oh, good. Do it.
Yeah. No, Kona,
stop telling me you own Stadia.
I
have a Stadia.
I started playing it. The game seems fun. It's very much more of a walking sim, and I thought it was more of a survival game. It seems more of a walking sim with some survival elements. Granted, I only did the prologue, if you will. I don't love the narrator's voice over top. It seems a little much. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem as natural.
Okay.
It's a guy talking third person about me the character, and explaining things as you like walk around and stuff. So I don't play a ton of walking sims or whatnot. I'm not sure that's or like these almost like first person kind of games.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm not sure this. Then I also jumped into Rock of Ages.
Nice.
which that's actually pretty fun. I again only did the first break level and the first level where you're trying to break stuff, and then the first level where you're doing the like tower defense part. So yeah, it's a half tower defense, half like you riding a rock down a ramp and trying to avoid stuff and doing damage to things. I want to get back to it more. I just been kind of plugging away at Monster Boy that I didn't get a chance to play it again.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm excited to get back to that. That was fun. And then I also intended on playing today before we started. I ended up not feeling great, so I took a nap and not played. And sorry, did not play. But I purchased Super Hot Mind Control Delete, and I paid $0 for it because
that's amazing.
On sale
because you had that voucher.
Well, it's on sale for $10. It's $25. It's on sale for $10 off until tomorrow. Then I had the $10 voucher.
Buy that.
Then I had the $10 voucher, and then I had Google Play rewards credit. So I spent $0 on it. Feels really good. I'm excited to also get Windbound later this week.
Yeah.
I'm still probably just gonna pick that up. I may see if there's any reviews that come up beforehand just to make sure I'm good on it. But what I've seen the game looks really good. I'm excited for it. So
I can't wait for that one. We've been talking to the devs, hopefully, so we can make something happen there.
Yeah,
we've been talking to the studio.
We reached out to Deep Silver and they got back to us, so we're waiting to hear back from them again. It's been a bit, but
I am definitely hoping that we're going to get some hands-on with that and be able to really talk about our experiences. I mean, if not, I think both of us are probably in on buying that one.
Yeah,
it looks fantastic, so I can't wait. The art style is awesome. Mm-hmm. Love it. And honestly, even with the paraglider that looks exactly like it's out of Breath of the Wild, I don't really care. So I'm in. Yeah, sweet. Cool. Going back to Super Hot. I've never played a Super Hot game.
Oh, you know what? Did you claim it?
No, I need to. So I'm going to claim it right after the show.
Just claim it right now. Dude.
Well, no. So here's what I was going to say, though. I've never played it outside of VR.
Oh,
so the first game I've played all the way through on PSVR and on Oculus, and I love it as a VR experience. So I'm really curious to see how I'm going to feel about it from a controlling standpoint and see what I think. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm very excited. And they also said they have no plans to put this on VR. So it's kind of my only shot.
They didn't. That's surprising because that game was so successful in VR, but maybe it was just the development was tough. Maybe
it was hell. I don't know. And you would think with all the assets and everything, but yeah, the developer straight up said
it doesn't look any better or worse than than the first one. It looks like the same game, just different
new levels. Essentially, it's like an expansion. Essentially, right?
That's what it feels like, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, they were giving out it was one thing I'll say is really cool. They were giving it out for free to anyone that purchased the first game and spent money on it,
which is cool.
No matter how much you spent on it. Granted, like we got the first one for free with Stadia, so it's kind of the reverse, if you will.
Sure.
But it's still cool that they did that. I guess I had gotten it through Prime because I played on PC.
Oh yeah.
Played through the whole thing, so I think it was through Prime I got it. So I didn't get it. I thought I got it. I got it through the Humble Bundle. Actually, I thought I got it from.
Oh, you Amazon shill.
Oh, I don't have Prime anymore. So.
All right. Well, you got me beat on that one.
Canceled. I kept Prime because of the baby, because it's good to need stuff and get it immediately. But then once December hit, I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm canceling that, and instead I got a Target Red card instead. So.
Dope. There you go. Nice. Awesome. Well, moving on to the news this week. We have a bunch of stories to cover and some things we want to talk about. Starting off with 6 new Stadia games with Pro this month. They are killing it, bringing out these Pro games, and it makes me very, very happy. We're getting Gunsport, Ember, Super Bomberman Online, Hello Neighbor, Metro Last Light Redo, and Hitman, which, oh my God, I can't wait for Hitman. I didn't play it.
Yeah.
This is going to be my first time with it. I can't wait.
I think I have Hitman somewhere. Again, I guess you get so many free games between Epic Game Store and all these different things. I think I may have it, but I'm still excited. I'm going to play on. I haven't played it yet, so I'm going to play on Stadia. I've only heard great things about it. So
it's sitting on that shelf behind me, and I've just never put it in the Xbox. I don't know why I have it on disc, but I can't wait to just play it anywhere.
I'm gonna get a lot of crap for this. I have the original I won the original Red Dead Redemption in a contest for PS4 with the deluxe, like the Game of the Year edition. Never played it. Never played it. I never was. I've kind of fallen out of love of the GTA series and was not motivated to play it. Like, Cowboys are not the theme I enjoy as much. I don't know why. I never was a big Western guy. I never like watched Westerns growing up. So I don't really have an affinity for it.
It's still so good.
I'm sure it's great.
You can rope zombies and drag them around behind your horse. I'm it's sure it's so great, good.
But at this point, I'm not going to go back to a PS3 game and play it. It's just not going to probably happen. But
I mean, that's fine. Instead, what you need to do is get Red Dead 2 on Stadia and play it. Literally one of the best games ever created.
Time. I don't have
literally one of the best games. Yeah, but you know what? You can play it on your phone. You can play it on your computer. It's on Stadia.
One day I'll play it. But of these games besides Hitman, I mean, we both already own Ember. I know you slightly begrudgingly, but I've gone back to Ember a little bit. Here and there, I'll jump on it on my phone or something like that and play it. I still enjoy Ember. I actually don't mind it.
Have they patched a bunch?
They've done some things to it. I know they added one update, but the Ember Eats update. But then I couldn't find any of the Ember Eats like levels. I'm not sure how to get to them. So maybe with this, but they actually
trash.
Actually, one of our stories. I guess we can always move this up. They actually did do an update today, the Airdrop update, which adds a bunch of mobility stuff like this parachute to get down and some other customizations for your car. So they're adding some stuff to it. There's a bunch of bug fixes too. So I'm excited to try it again. It definitely is still very buggy. There's some issues with it that I definitely have, but I'm not as hard on it because it's an early access game. It's not a game I'm going to spend a ton of time in until it comes out full release. Similar to like Hades, which comes out today. You can actually download the updates for that.
Nice. Hey, you know what you could be doing? Every minute you could be playing Ember, you could be riding a horse through a beautiful landscape and taking down bad guys.
One thing I want to point out with this is now we officially have, if you, as long as you were with Stadia from the beginning or January, I think is when really the beginning, you will now have every Metro game through Pro. So if you've been a Pro member since January, you will have had every single Metro game that's released. So all three. I enjoyed my limited time with Exodus. I may go back at some point. It's a game I did enjoy. And if I enjoy it enough, I'll go back and play the other two because I don't know who this Antiome is at all. People are talking like they know who I am. Like, I don't know who you are. So,
you know who's more important than that? Duke.
So yeah.
You'll learn who Duke is.
God damn.
All right, that's the last Red Dead tie-in for now.
Super Bomberman R is online is interesting because that's one of the games at the July Connect that they really promote. They promoted, and everyone ignored the fact that it's a crowd play. At least on the one social channel that we follow, and Kind of Funny, they completely just ignored it that exists. That one had it, and then Dead by Daylight had crowd play. They're like, oh wait, they still have this feature. I'm like, oh no, it's coming. Like they're talking about it. It's coming.
Yeah, and now we're getting it.
I mean, crowd play is already out, but this is a game that's gonna be big on it. It's gonna be free. It's a battle royale game. It has a battle royale
64
mode.
Players.
I like the tie-in to the 64, which is when Bomberman was really in its heyday. Bomberman 64 was a great game. Had a lot of that. So I'm excited for that game to see how that does, especially with crowd play. If it's gonna be, I'm wondering if with on September 1st we're gonna get more widespread crowd play because right now it seems like it's only a few creators have access to it. I wonder if the chain's gonna be completely unleashed or just more creators are gonna have access to it.
Sure.
Because if it does, I'm glad I will stream this game. Just to
here you go.
Play
Take my money.
Cool. Gunsport it seems interesting. Kind of a goofy-ish game. I don't know. You really shoot. It's like a volleyball with guns. I think is what I remember from it.
Okay.
You shoot the ball. It was like 2D. Like I don't know. It seems interesting. And then Hello Neighbor is always a game that I was from afar interested in, but I never really picked up.
So I worked at GameStop for a brief time, and it was when Hello Neighbor dropped. So I was in a weird career transition and worked there for a little bit. And man, I just got a weird vibe from the game because it was nothing but 7 and 8 year olds that were like, yeah, that's the one, and their parents were like, okay, and they'd pick up this game. I was like, I don't know what this is, and it seems weird.
Don't worry, when I was working at GameStop, Saints Row the Third came out.
Oh, nice.
And I had to talk to parents about that game.
Oh, I loved shooting kids down on GTA 5.
Well, because kids were no. I will say I had to literally say to people there is a unskippable mission where you go to a BDSM club in this game And people still look at me like, no, I'm still gonna buy it. I'm like, okay, then.
I just have to warn you because I'd rather you not come back and be
like,
super pissed off.
This is a very M-rated game. Like this is, you beat hookers with a gigantic. Are you kidding? Like or giant penis.
Oh, right. Jeez.
So yeah, like
it's interesting.
So that's what I had to deal with as a GameStop employee.
Oh man, good times.
But yeah, there are also some other. This is from the community article I have up. Also, all those games. Windbound on Friday, which is exciting, and it looks like Kona, Grid, and Get Packed will be leaving Pro August 31st. So that's just your reminder to make sure you claim those games because that's coming up real soon. And Get Packed is actually really fun. I want to get back to that game a little more.
I saw that today. I'm pretty sure I have it claimed. I just need to make sure.
I'm pretty sure you have. Remember I think you played it with your son. I'm almost certain you played it. Well, make sure you claim it.
Okay.
Go through and just claim every game that's on. Go to this. Go to the
just
store,
go Pro.
Stadia Pro games.
Click. That's what I'm doing as soon as this episode's over. That's what I'm doing.
But we have some deals as well. We have F1 2020 is on sale. And I think F1 20, F1 2021 I think is that available soon? I think. Oh no, sorry, it's just 2020 is. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking. Maybe that's the new one. But anyway, 2020 is on sale. Breakpoint, Just Dance 20, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is on sale perpetually. It feels like Trials Rising. Dark Shadow Genesis is on sale as well for $26, which is a great game. And then Zombie Army 4, which I believe is already, I think it's still part of the Pro free. So either way, if you want to buy that game, you can buy the game. So that's the rest of that. And then we also have 4 new games that came last week. One was Rock of Ages, which we already talked about. 2K21, PGA 2K21, which is a game I'm loosely interested. I need to look at reviews for it a little bit more.
I mean, I love a good golf game.
Yeah, I love golf. I played a lot of Tiger Woods growing up. My brother,
yeah, me too.
My brother only plays sports games. He actually wants to buy. He's been talking about wanting to buy NCAA 14. And I was going to lend him my PS4.
Nice.
Because it's the last NCAA and just playing that, and because he's been really into that. But I looked it up on eBay, and it's astronomical for that game.
Hold on, I want to make a guess. Hold on. 220.
It was like upper 100. I would say up like 100.
Like 60. That's still ridiculous.
Like 160. I want to say I was seeing for the game. Granted, I don't know those are a lot of the ones that had bids on them were going for around 100 at the time. But I don't know what was sold for. I didn't really look at sold for. But because that game is the last NCAA game, I was gonna lend him my PS3 so he can just play that game. But you gotta pay through the nose for that game.
Right, more than the PS3.
Spiritfarer, which I'm hearing absolutely great things about. Actually, I was listening to Podcast Beyond. Not Podcast Beyond. It was GameScoop.
Oh yeah.
And I forget who it was raving about the game, saying it's it's currently my game of the year. It's literally what he said. So, which is crazy to think about. So yeah, he loved that game. It's reviewing fairly well. It's very like.
Oh yeah. The community, like the Kind of Funny community, is blowing up about this game. Like I've seen nothing but a bunch of posts about.
Oh really? I haven't really been on much, so I haven't really seen anything. On it, so it's good. No, it's good to hear. I mean, I'm glad it's doing well. The game art style is absolutely freaking stunning. Like absolutely beautiful. So just that alone, and that's from the same people that's Thunder Lotus who did Jotun and Sundered.
God, we talk about them at least every episode. I feel that studio comes up.
Yep, I feel like it does.
Great.
And then
finally, I will be buying Spiritfarer, just so you know. So awesome. I will be talking about this.
Sweet. Awesome. I'm excited to hear about it. And then just shadow drops randomly. No heads up. No nothing. It's gonna be a pro game at some point. I can guarantee it.
Yeah. Doom 2016. I'm not buying it until it is.
No. Doom 2016.
Yep. The game that they actually showcased this tech with, right? Which is wild to me. They were like, check out Doom. Doesn't it look so good? And it's going to play so well. And also, it's not on Stadia. And you're like, wait, what? And they're like, but don't worry, Doom 2, day one. And I'm like, wait, what?
And
it's the weirdest thing.
And they were Doom Eternal didn't come out day one. It got pushed. And then they still didn't have the game. Like, what is wrong?
What is happening?
I was
casually dropped it. There's like, and here it is.
I was so convinced in March when that game came. I think it was March when the game came out. Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have this be the free pro game that month.
To get you ready to buy two.
And then 100%. It just didn't happen, and it just randomly fell.
I was doing the same thing. January 1st came, and I was like, they're gonna give us Doom to get us ready for Doom 2. Then February came, and I was like, they're gonna give us Doom to get us ready for Doom 2. And then March came, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, they have to give us Doom to get us ready for Doom 2. And now it's September, and they're just like, hey, here it is. And we're not even gonna talk about it. We're just gonna sneak it into a blog post.
$20 blog post.
Oh,
it wasn't. God. Yeah, it was just literally
so funny.
So that's so frustrating, that whole arc. But
oh well.
Yeah.
Hey, the end result is we're here, I guess.
Yeah.
So
it only took actually 6 more months than I should have. But sure yeah. Did. So I know you didn't watch it because you had family things going on, but I did finally go back and watch the Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah, I still watched it. It was my kid's birthday.
It's all cinematic. The whole thing they showed, at least I saw. I think they had like Q&A stuff afterwards, but I watched the trailer, and it was all cinematic. And the game looks beautiful. The cinematics are stunning. The story looks interesting.
Okay.
The Cthulhu monster is. I watched from the gameplay I watched before, like the Cthulhu guy, maybe showing, has like a worm that goes in your eye, and they show that whole scene of how that happens in in it. You don't actually, yeah. And your one orc friend that's with you, I think in what I watched as well, the gameplay I watched previously, from the past event they did. But we did, it looks great. We did get a date for the early access now. We were both wrong. Pretty much split the uprights on it, honestly. Nice. September 30th is the date. So
do you remember our guesses?
Mine was pushed. It was gonna be pushed a month from when it was thought. I think I said. Let me look at a calendar. I think I said September, I think 14th or 21st, something like that, like that second first week. And you said October something.
Okay.
You said sometime in October. So I think we just like split the uprights.
I'm pretty sure I said October 12th.
I said mid-September. You said October.
Birthday. Yeah. So, hey, look at us. Last day of September. So you technically win this round.
Yeah. Well, I got close without going over. So
that's right. Close without going.
The Price is Right rules. So it's supposed to be 20 hours of gameplay with like a F ton of NPCs. Where's the article I had? I swear to God, I had an article open for it. No, I know I can't. That was off my dome. That was off my dome. That was off my dome.
Off the dome.
Yeah, that
you heard it here first.
Probably a ton of NPCs.
20 hours of gameplay. That's
still a lot, though. That's still. I mean, that's a full game. That's a full game. Yeah. So
right.
I'm so excited for that.
Have they said? Is progress, I guess. Oh, because it's early access. It's not a demo.
Yeah,
so progress will carry over.
Should carry over. Yeah.
So the 20 hours I put in, I'll get to keep going with. Perfect. Love that.
That's why I'm assuming. Yeah. So I'm excited. At least, I mean, even if I only play like 5 hours of the game, I'm still gonna play the game when it comes out fully, and listen so I can talk about it and try it. So that I'm excited about. And then, are you aware of what's going on with the Marvel's Avengers Early Access, the whole information, or no?
Yes. So if you pre-order Marvel's Avengers on certain platforms, which I thought was exclusive to Sony until today, you get 3 days early access. So while the game releases on September 4th, we're going to be able to start playing it on September 1st. But what they announced today, which is just buck wild, is if you pre-order it including on Stadia, you also get to start playing it on September 1st.
Which I'm confused because they don't have pre-orders available yet. Well, besides like Destiny is the only game I know that has pre-orders. So I'm like, as I'm looking, this store. Every single time I open it, I know something different. They actually have a now leaving Stadia Pro soon category, so you can see the games are leaving soon, so you can claim them before.
That's interesting.
That's cool. Like
I love it. That's a
lot
great
of stuff.
Quality of life.
Stadia had or said Stadia Gem. I forget which way the order is of it. Gem. He had found a bunch of stuff like in the store, like they're added publishers, and I've seen publishers pop up as like Bethesda has all their games, and then Ubisoft and has all their games. So like all of that stuff that he's found has trickled in. It just hasn't been big news since then. Like they have a whole Destiny thing. Steam World has a whole like category now you can scroll through, but I'm still not seeing anything for pre-orders. They have early access. The only game that can pre-order is Destiny Beyond Light. So I'm really curious if they're gonna finally add. And one of the stories we'll talk about later talks about pre-orders. So I'm hoping it's got to be this week they add pre-orders available.
Right. Like, I mean, we're literally coming up to the day.
And they're already saying, hey, on Stadia, you'll get it early. Like, so it has to be available.
They got to start shouting.
So that's going to be cool. That'll be good to finally have pre-orders available for games.
Yeah. I'm excited. Also, I do believe, just so you know, I believe cross progression is coming for this game. What really leads... What's that?
Progression, but not gameplay.
Play maybe down the line, but I do think they're set up for cross progression sooner than later. And what makes me think that is when I got the PS4 beta, I could not even get into it without setting up a Square Enix account and going through the whole rigmarole of like having my own username on Square Enix. And then I had to log into the beta through Square Enix, not through PlayStation. So it tells me that they are getting ready to make that jump. That's exactly how it works with Destiny. That's exactly how it works with Fortnite. As long as you have an account through that developer, you're good to go.
That's good.
So I do think that is why they made me do that. I was a little frustrated at first because like Square Enix site wasn't working, and I was like, "What the is all this?" But I do think long term it's going to go to cross progression, and when it's cross progression, make fun of me all you want. I'm going to buy this game twice. It's going to be on Stadia and PS4.
Well, okay. You may have said it. I may have just not heard. Apparently, it's the deluxe edition is where you get it three days early, not just pre-ordering.
Oh yeah, I think you actually do.
Yes, it's the deluxe. I'm not sure what comes with the deluxe edition. Probably cosmetic stuff, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah, the pre-order bonuses also a plethora of legacy outfits, cheeky emotes. That's an adjective. Cheeky emotes. That's what I want for my emotes. Then to be cheeky.
They better be cheeky.
I want to tell all the bad guys that I'm a sassy girl. When it comes with because Miss Marvel is they say cheeky emotes for Miss Marvel. Like,
I guess.
I don't know. That's odd. Yeah. So I noticed that. I pulled the article up from the doc. Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah. I mean, hey, this is a big win for Stadia when people are like, "Oh, everything comes late. Everything comes late."
Oh,
not only are we going to get it day and date, but you can get the 3 days early access on Stadia. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
It was a bummer we couldn't get the demo, or the beta, I should say, on there, which is a little bit of a bummer, but
it's the only concerning.
Platform that didn't have the beta.
Yeah, and it's a little concerning just because they did put out the PC port beta, and as we know, that was kind of a disaster.
So how is the port going to be for Stadia?
Right, and
granted, it's different architecture to be Linux based, so maybe that process.
So who knows? Maybe it's not a huge deal, and maybe they couldn't figure out like what a beta would look like through Stadia. I don't know. But so far, right now, 9 a.m. Pacific, September 1st. If you pre-order the deluxe edition, you are good to rock and roll.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
game looks fun. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So
I love it. I can't wait. Iron Man is dope. I really can't wait to play more of Thor though. They only give you
because they only give you the
10-minute section. Yeah, you get the bridge section. You get to play him.
Okay.
And then that's it. But he was absolutely my favorite.
You've been on that Thor kick, right? You've been on that big Thor kick. He's trying to get me to read Thor right now.
Oh God, it's so good. Donny Cates is just rocking it.
I haven't really been reading as much comics as my stack's getting a little high. I need to go to my shop as well and get my back stock.
I'll tell you though, the Thor kick came from the game where I was like, oh God, he plays like Kratos. This is everything I wanted. Like when I can chuck my hammer and beat the hell out of people and then call my hammer back when I want, like it's spicy. And then I was like, oh, I'll check out the new Thor run because I'm kind of in the mood. And then that run just hit on every level of just a great comic.
Yeah, it's I tried picking it up after War of the Realms, or I want to say after War of the Realms. I tried picking it up. I read like the first issue or two. I'm like, the art style was really pretty, but I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know why. It was weird. No, it's really weird.
Man, you're gonna have to keep going because issue 6 blew my mind. I'm pumped to see
if you're on issue 6, I may be a run behind then. I was reading, so I don't know. But
okay,
either
get it.
Anywho,
yeah, this ain't a comics podcast.
I mean, wherever you want, it's our own podcast.
Anyways, Thor, Donny Cates, read
comic books are really fun. Spend more money on hobbies.
That's right. That's what we're here to tell you about. Capitalism is important. Spend money.
Okay, so we got some games that have possibly leaked via the ESRB, PEGI, and so on and so forth.
PEGI 18.
Yep. Every single time you hear that word, you cannot say Peggy 18.
Peggy 18.
ESRB doesn't have a thing, but Peggy, like, so good. So yeah, we have one game actually was posted as on ESRB and then got pulled, which is the game I'm probably most excited from this list. But I'll say it when we get to it. We got Surviving the Aftermath, which again is a game I know literally nothing about.
I don't either. This is the first time I've even seen.
It says it's on Epic Games Store based on the trailer that's tagged below it. It says Xbox Game Preview and early Epic Games Store Early Access. So I really know nothing about it. Risk of Rain 2, which I know a lot about. I know it's really. I know a lot of people love Risk of Rain.
Okay.
2 specifically. It's like a third person, like
96% overwhelmingly positive.
You know, it's what for the Aftermath or
no for Risk of Rain 2.
No, Risk of Rain 2 is fantastic. Yeah, Risk of Rain 2 is a game my one friend talks about all the time. It's a roguelike, but it's like the first one's like 2D and this one's all 3D, and it's just like you get different power ups. It looks really cool. The game.
Real quick though, if you're looking at this image of the launch trailer thumbnail for YouTube,
I see it. Yeah, that's who it is. I see.
Do you see that Destiny Warlock just hovering right there?
The what?
It looks exactly like the Warlock in Destiny.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Hovering over the guy, over like the Soviet pilot looking dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Sorry, moving on.
Into the Breach, which is the game I was most excited about when I saw this list, and then that's the game that got pulled from ESRB rating. So who knows what's up with that? But
okay,
it's a turn-based like Fire Emblem-esque game on a grid, like it's a tactics game essentially, but it's like a roguelike tactics game. So I don't know, it looks really cool. I've heard great things about it, and it's a game I was really interested in playing. Especially on the next one, especially on my phone, would be great.
Oh, fair. The next one I'm actually really bummed about. Far Cry New Dawn and Far Cry 5. I would love to get down on Far Cry 5 on Stadia.
The fact we don't have it yet. The fact we hadn't had it yet with New Dawn coming out. Was New Dawn this year? Was that in February? I thought it was February. Or was it last year? I'm
gonna have to fact check you on this one.
No, I'm dumb. It's last year.
Okay, I was like, I feel like it's way older than that.
But even still, it's a Ubi game, so we got like all the Ubi games are relevant until then. So I was like, besides, we're still missing the big one, which is Rainbow Six. But
did you play Far Cry 5?
No, the only Far Cry game I've actually played is 3, which is
fantastic.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I played 3. I wanted to play 4, never picked it up, and then I know they're not. I know they're all their own worlds. I know,
right? And I could probably get crucified for saying this, but Far Cry 5 is so much better than 4 in my opinion. Like 4 was okay, but it was just kind of.
I heard 4 was okay, and I heard Primal was probably better than 4. It was the same map.
Right, which is weird. I never played Primal, but 5 I loved the Montana setting and running around in pickup trucks and shooting rednecks. That'll get you on a list. That was, yeah, I don't know. I really liked that game a lot. It was a lot of fun, and I would love a chance to actually finish it up on Stadia. So, and then next we have Outward, released in March. Outward is an open world role playing game which can be played alone or with friends. Do you know much about this one?
No, not at all. But the next one I know a lot about.
Nice. So let's just jump right to it.
Yeah,
Outward is an immersive RPG. But
I'll say the Outward. The art style looks fine. It looks kind of very, very indie. But open world role playing game. I'm interested.
Yeah, the thumbnail looks like you have a lightsaber instead of a sword, but that's cool.
You're right. It does. But I think it's just the reflection.
The sheen. Yeah, it's just glowing. But
and then the Garden Between.
The Gardens Between. Tell me about this.
So I played this game at PAX. Came out in September 2018. So I played it at PAX of 2018. Then, at the PlayStation booth, they had it there. And I was just like sitting around my playlist. I'm like, the game looked beautiful when I walked by. I'm like, okay, this looks striking. I want to play this game. Yeah. Came back and finally played it. I actually did a review on my other channel for this game. Yeah, Desert Giant Gaming. Look up the Garden Between,
Mr. Big Time.
I haven't done anything for it in a while. My YouTube channel. Look up Desert Giant Gaming. Garden Between review. I did a review. The game is beautiful. The puzzles are fun. It's a unique time warp kind of thing. So as you go forward, and you pretty much use the stick to control time. go forward and back, and as you can do things actively, and certain things won't rewind, which is like the big puzzle part of it.
Okay.
You're kind of like revolving around something too the whole time, and things will move as you go through time. So, but if you interact with something, it may change something ahead of you, and you kind of gotta play with that whole puzzle of it.
That's interesting. That sounds fun.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. My one big problem with it was fairly short.
Okay. What's really short? Like 2 hours?
Yeah. Like,
okay.
I can look at my playtime on. I got it on Steam. I played it on PlayStation, but got it on Steam. I think my playtime on Steam, I checked the other day, was like nothing. Kind of, I'm like, oh, that's.
And you beat it?
I beat it. Yeah, I beat it. It was fun. It was fun. The story's not really there. Like, it's all about like you and your friend, and they're moving.
So if this one hits Stadia, it's like a go ahead and make sure it's pro.
Yeah, I think so. It would probably be a pro game, honestly.
Cool.
Yeah, I have 2.9 hours played on it.
Nice.
And I beat it, and my wife claims that she played through the whole thing too, which I don't. I think she played some of it.
Like an hour and a half
she played some of it, but yeah, I still beat it in like 2 hours. It was $20. I'm like, I can't justify it. That's 10. I mean, granted, think about it, like, not terrible return on money, but it depends on how you value time, and if you look at 60, 70, 100-hour games that are $60,
$60, right?
I mean, but if you think about it, so
compare it to a movie though, and then that gets into a whole conversation. I don't know
how you value your money and time. It's so a beautiful. I thought it was a very beautiful game. Really interesting puzzles. Really unique gameplay. I thought it was pretty fun. And then the game after this, I'm not sure.
Human Fall Flat.
Have you played Human Fall Flat?
No, I have it on Xbox. I have it downloaded because it's a Game Pass game.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just literally never hit play on it. And I've heard it's hilarious. I've heard it's a ton of fun, but just never actually started.
This is another game I played at PAX East as well.
Okay.
It was a game I played with my wife actually. It's a co-op. You can play. I think it's specifically co-op. I'm not sure it's forced co-op, but you can play it co-op.
Nice.
It was at the time like you guys had never made anything. It was their first game, I'm pretty sure, and it's a fun game. It's again also a puzzle game where you're playing like ragdoll physics similar to Gang Beasts, or I think is Fall Guys. Is that kind of the same, like, or is it just like you moving the guy around? It's not like it. Because
there's no like real ragdoll physics.
This you had like move individual limbs too. Like you had like grabbing your left arm and right arm. No,
you basically. So in Fall Guys, there's literally run, jump, dive, and grab. And grab is just with both arms, and that's it.
I've seen it.
So that's it. I mean, those are literally the only buttons to that game.
The character models kind of remind me of something like this, but I figured it didn't play like that. So
the Guys Fall Flat seems more like it's like Gang Beasts.
Yeah, it is. It's very much like Gang Beasts. It's very much
cool. Love Gang Beasts.
Yeah, so but it's fun. I enjoyed it. It was the art style was really cool beyond just seeing the characters, and I thought it was a really fun indie game that I would gladly pick up on Stadia.
Nice, awesome, sweet. But these are all just rumored right now. They've been shown up on either ESRB or PE, and hopefully, though, I mean,
I will say a lot of the ones that we've looked up have been in the past have been true. They've come
absolutely.
So this is very, very
encouraging.
Yeah. But it's good to get a lot of indies. These are ones granted have been around for some time, most of them, except for I think one. Starting the Aftermath seems like that was probably the newest of the games. Because most of these other games I'm pretty sure have come out last year.
Nice. Yeah.
But still, hey, it's exciting. And indie games, and then Far Cry, which Far Cry I absolutely believe too, because
yeah, me too.
City's
with the Ubisoft, like they seem to be playing really nice. So yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And then next we also have a story that's not about an indie game, but it's about ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, which is now getting native 4K support on Stadia. This story is coming from 9to5google.com.
This is actually really big because I remember
this is huge.
Because I remember a lot of people in the Reddit, and especially the people that were actually in the Elder Scrolls Reddit talking about it as well, that they were really upset with the port not being 4K,
native 4K,
or a higher resolution that it was only 1080p. So it's like that's really disappointing. Like, and the game did kind of look grainy, it looked like muddy.
Yeah,
game was played fine, but it was just kind of like not beautiful as it probably could have been for an Elder Scrolls game. I'm excited to get back into it now, actually, because of this update.
Yeah.
So that should be great. Although it does play better on mouse and keyboard, and I don't even have a 4K screen, but I'll play it on my TV and try that game finally. That's a big update for a big game.
And this update is out. It was out on Sunday.
Yeah.
So version 6.15, just to give you guys the highlights, has delivered some new changes to the base game and the Stone Throw DLC pack. But for Stadia specifically, it delivers 2 key changes. The first is that it will support native 4K resolution. Stadia does attempt to play all their games at 4K on supported devices such as the Chromecast Ultra, but with some games it ends up upscaling the content from a lower render. Now Elder Scrolls Online joins the games that run actually native in 4K. They're also going to roll out so that it supports they did roll out that it supports HDR,
which is also huge. So
huge, absolutely.
And then there's a bunch of other updates as well for the control icons, bindings, and other stuff like that.
Yep.
But yeah, I definitely found it not super intuitive with the mouse or with a gamepad. So I'm hoping they've updated it to be a little more intuitive. Some of these are probably across the board, but yeah. I'm glad to get. I definitely want to get back to it. It's a game I was looking forward to, and then just kind of fell off of it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great.
Did you play it at all yet, or no?
No,
you talked a lot about it.
You
talked a lot about it.
I have talked a ton about getting in there. I went in to like make my character and like got into that kind of opening area, and then that was about it. I think something happened and I got distracted and I haven't gone back. So I need to do it. I just need to do it. I need to jump into these. It's fine. It's gonna be really hard with Avengers hitting here really soon though, and freaking Tony Hawk, but whatever. Our next news story is off the dome, as you like to say.
Yep.
We still don't have dates for Madden or FIFA, and they have finally confirmed that there is no crossplay for FIFA. Crossplay doesn't shock me, I'll be honest. I mean, would I have liked to see it? Sure, but it doesn't really surprise me that much. No dates for Madden though, or FIFA, when those are about to hit.
And Madden literally comes out this Friday. I mean,
yeah.
And like I said, in any of the posts that talked about like Stadia say coming this week, they talk about Windbound releasing on Friday, but they don't mention
specifically
Madden. They don't say Madden. So, and I haven't heard anything about it. I know FIFA still doesn't have a date yet either. I'm excited. I'm bummed because my boy Lamar is on the cover, and
your boy Lamar.
My boy Lamar,
I mean,
dude, he's so much fun to watch. I am a Ravens fan. If you haven't seen, I've maybe worn the hat or a shirt at one point on this, but
I mean, he's no Patrick Mahomes, but he's pretty good.
Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback. I think Lamar's a better athlete. I think in general,
fair.
Both very good
athletes.
Totally both top like 3-5 athletes in the game, but.
Lamar's Mahomes broke the Madden curse last year, so also respect to that. Yes. So hopefully Lamar gets to keep doing that. Hey, look at this. Maybe it's a whole new trend. Well, Mahomes was on the cover last year and then won a Super Bowl. Maybe it's Lamar's year.
AB technically broke the curse, but then lost it in the offseason.
Oh, AB is actually like one of the pinnacles of that curse.
It's funny. It's so funny. Like the curse took a little bit to hit him.
Yeah, it was delayed.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a bummer.
It's a bummer, and it's. I don't know. Is it EA and Google just like not getting along as well as like Ubisoft? I feel like more and more games are day and date, so why not these ones?
Yeah, and they did say fall. I know it depends on what you define fall. So my guess is probably end of September now. The end of September probably get them.
I'll be honest, I'm not buying Madden on anything other than Stadia this year. Like if I'm gonna get a sports game, I want to be able to play it.
Yeah, the thing for me, and it comes to the crossplay. The crossplay is the bigger part, I think, of this than even the delay. The delay, I kind of accepted it was going to happen going into it. Just how EA has been handling it with Jedi Fallen Order being so.
Do you play that much online with Madden?
I play mostly.
Oh, fair. So we're just different because I just play seasons.
That's fine. I play mostly MUT. So it's an Ultimate Team for those that know. Just like FIFA has FIFA Ultimate Team. That's where the big thing is. Like that's the biggest money maker for them. That's EA makes all this money off MUT, the in-game and FIFA Ultimate Team
microtransactions, boy.
And the fact it's not crossplay makes no sense. It is 2020, and you still don't have crossplay's been around for a year and a half now, at least across the board. At least I forget how long Fortnite had finally got it across the board. As of last year, last year, Call of Duty, the biggest EA is probably the biggest competition in terms of the monoliths of the industry, besides the big three, has crossplay, but you don't as EA. Like, how are you so far behind on this? I don't get.
EA,
you have
man.
Origin. You have Origin accounts. Like, I don't.
Right.
I don't.
It shouldn't
understand.
be that hard. And I can never tell if they're just dragging their feet to drag their feet. Like, it's so frustrating.
And they talked about finally getting crossplay for Apex this fall. So maybe, so you thought, oh, well, maybe Madden, in fact, FIFA won't have it at launch, but they'll have it this fall. But
we don't even have words about it.
But nothing.
They haven't said anything.
Yeah. So it's. I think I can't remember if they confirmed FIFA not having crossplay. I can look that up real quick.
Either way, it's just a bad move, especially when you do have people like you who you just admitted you're in Ultimate Team. Like, let you just play it on Stadia and buy things there. But at the same time, you've already admitted that you're less inclined to buy it on Stadia because
of that. Which is I mean, I still may just get it on Stadia anyway, but I still may get it on Stadia anyway. I mean, I'm probably gonna get it at launch anyway. I may get it a little bit later, but it's still just disappointing because that's what the game I'm playing the most is that. And then, I mean, Madden already works on xCloud, so horribly, mind you,
terribly. Worst game I've played on xCloud.
And we already talked about xCloud I think last week as well, with me trying to play PES and similar sports games that are just terrible. I still want to go back because we only have another 2 weeks till the beta ends for xCloud, so I need to play a bunch of that the next 2 weeks, which it feels bad because I want to play it because for this and get the experience and try it out and try new tech, but like I know I'm not gonna be able to play these games afterwards. So it's like, do I invest any time into these games I want to play, like, or do I just play sports games on there and just call it a day? Yeah. I mean, I got like 20% to Ori, the first one. I do want to go back and play World of Whip, the second one. I forget the name of it.
I don't remember the names of them. I haven't played either of the Ori games. It's travesty.
Because I'm wondering how that plays as in comparison, but this is less.
Sure.
I've heard it's less floaty.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's a bummer that I think it's the biggest thing of it. Like the delay, whatever. We kind of I had a feeling it's gonna happen anyway. But then no crossplay, just in general, not even with Stadia, just in general, is just baffling today, and it hurts Stadia the most.
Yeah, 100%.
All of them. So it's similar. It's kind of like similar to how EA has been with Switch. Oh, we put the game on the Switch.
Half-assed it, but we'll put it there.
Similar with the Wii U when they put the games on the Wii U, Madden on the Wii U. It's like, oh, it didn't sell very well, so we're not going to put it on there. No, the player base isn't there. We're not going to invest money and time there. No, because
you put out a half a product.
You put a half a product on a granted, the Wii U is a bad console.
That's true.
I was working at GameStop when that came out as well. And I was literally telling people, do not buy this. There's no reason to buy this.
Yeah,
there's really no reason to buy this.
It's trash.
I mean, I thought the Madden, like using the touchpad for like the play calling was neat.
Just gimmicky.
But yeah, but
it's no different than what they did to 2K, like with the Switch. When Switch started bringing over 2K games, they were just half baked. There was a bunch of modes missing. They didn't perform nearly as well. And then, Nintendo comes out and they're like, people just don't like sports games on our console. I'm like, well, no, people don't like bad sports games on your console.
Yeah, I'd rather play it somewhere else where it actually runs like
fully fleshed out and actually is the full experience of what this studio put together.
Yeah, so it's when Stadia is a platform that can do that, and you're not gonna the biggest mode for that game is not gonna be available to really have a big population. It's gonna suffer from it. So, granted, you can play. They've added so much stuff against CPUs. Like you can play through stories. But I feel like the store for that for the auction system and everything is where I spend a lot of my time. I love just like waiting for auctions and all that, like trying to buy cards and sell cards when I'm not having that full player base for that is going to suffer heavily. It's going to be worse than Destiny in terms of like.
Totally agree.
I'm not looking forward to that part of it.
Yeah. Oh man.
And then,
all right,
wrap it up with a
last story of the day.
Yeah, which we talked about one of these already. This is the app update, this is a little bit old of an article. This is from the 13th. I think I just missed it last time we recorded, or it was like came out right after. Pre-ordering Stadia games has been hinted in there, which we already have the ability, again, like I said, for Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Text messaging, which is when I feel like it's been hinted like multiple times before, and like in the text for the APKs, but got it again, and then online status. So I'm not really sure how the online status works. Read this again. Looking for party, stuff like that. Shooting from the invite and seeing if they're online. Meanwhile, streaming is used in some ways of playing status. So, so you actually have like updated status, online status for if they're actually live streaming or not, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah,
that's actually pretty cool. I didn't realize that.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Look what happens when we read. Use our brains.
Yeah. I'm wondering now with the text messaging if they added something different for that. It looks like just UI stuff for the texting, which is like still baffling that we're again 10 months in and we still don't have freaking
wild. But hey, it's here. It's coming.
Yeah, coming soon, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, online statuses is pretty awesome. And then pre-order, I mean, like maybe that's why Avengers isn't up just yet. Maybe like they're just working out the kinks a little bit on that update. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is 2 weeks ago, so maybe it'll finally get pushed. That's what I hope it's there. Maybe they'll just finally gonna push the. It just makes it hit the switch that turns it live and which is what seems like what's happening. They're just gonna tell us when it's available, or if they even do that. Honestly, at this point,
communication is a little laggy. Yeah. Like, why not be like, hey,
it's par for the course at this point.
3 days early. I know, but it feels like such a missed opportunity to not be like, hey, fan base, I know, like, it's been rough, but guess what? Avengers is coming. You can play it 3 days early. You can pre-order it on our store. Go get it. With
it getting confirmed already for Avengers, I know it's coming this week, so I feel less like, okay, that's kind of like them telling us, hey, it's going to be available, because they kind of just did with that. Yeah, it's a bummer. They're not as transparent and heads up about it, but they're kind of just like they're handling like it's early, like they're handling like Stadia like it's early access, which granted I knew was going to be some level of
months.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be almost a year in, and then it would be still like getting basic features and stuff like that.
Stadia, hire me as your community manager. Let's go.
I mean, Grace is pretty great. Grace is a beautiful woman, and you'd be nice to her. But otherwise, yes. Chris is okay.
Yeah, but come on, give me a shot. Let me talk to the community. I know what they want.
Yeah, it's
my blood. Digital marketing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you are marketing. So yeah,
it's true. Digital specifically.
I mean, it's frustrating. Like we said with the one, I forget what we talked about on the podcast, or we were just talking about it off camera. Is the ad that Xbox did for xCloud is like exactly what Stadia should have done to marketing the Stadia, but they just did better. Like
they just did it better.
Stadia focused on the things that people care about less, and then Xbox focused on things people actually care about, and it showed.
It's almost like Xbox versus PS4.
Yeah,
Xbox just focused on a bunch of shit nobody cared about. PS4 was like, no, games. Here's all the cool games. And they ate Xbox's lunch.
Yeah.
So I just need Stadia to kind of like take some notes and do that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Oh well, here we are. We still love it. We're still playing it.
Yep. We're still
talking about it.
Still excited about it. I'm still excited to go play some other games. Although there's so many games I want to play. I've only played 2.7 hours of Hyper Light Drifter, and that makes me upset. So that game's actually really fun. You need to go back and play that game. Hyper Light Drifter. Sorry, just look at my Steam.
This is just for your thumbnail. Oh yeah, you have that wasabi one, and it looks so nice.
Well, the thing is, like, it looks white on camera because of white.
But I know what it is.
But you know it is because the Like, it doesn't photograph super well. And have you seen the Pixel Buds that they released? The new colors.
Yeah, my buddy that I call like your Rob 2.0 he's the guy that I'm always telling you about that. You know, you guys are very much into tech and the OnePlus and all that kind of stuff. He just got the orange Pixel Buds and he loves them.
Yeah, and they like the same orange as the like sticks for that one, and then they have the cool mint ones, which are the like wasabi color, which I want to get. And I heard I want to see how that update they push for those are before I debate on getting them, because my current ear headphones I have are JBLs.
Yeah,
I have right here. They're neck buds essentially, which they work fine. They're like $50 when I got them, but the right ear bud, it probably has an issue with the solder. It gets really quiet often, and it's really annoying. So yeah, that's a little bit frustrating. Randomly the other day, all of a sudden it got really loud again. I'm like, oh, I guess it must have like re-jostled, and I can't like the water resistance, so I can't pop them open and like and resolder that like I want to. So it's like it's frustrating.
You would, you engineer.
Yeah, I really need to get a soldered gun. Sorry, soldered iron, not a gun. Guns are too bulky.
Very different.
They are different. Soldered guns are more for like bigger stuff, like your like solder iron is for more microprocessor stuff. Like we're trying to do like small components. It's more of a fine tip as for the gun, which is like literally like a bent piece of metal.
I didn't even know they made a solder gun. That's just
it's for like bigger bigger wires, or I think you use solder. You can sweating pipes is a blowtorch. Never mind, which is the same thing as soldering essentially, but pipes. But yeah, anyway, that's cider. But yeah, actually, I really need. I bought a Sega Dreamcast, and the motherboard battery died, and I need to solder the new motherboard battery clip holder in, and I just don't have a solder iron to do it. But I have everything else I need. I have the batteries. I have the clip. I just need to solder it. I want to play
here first.
I want to play the Dreamcast.
Jacob Orders, your personal geek squad.
Hit him up. I'm really not that good at soldering.
Too Tall Porter.
There are way better people at soldering.
T00 Tall Porter, and let him know I need something soldered. Please fix my motherboards, and he is your man. He will get in there and solder up those motherboards.
I did watch a video on modding a Game Boy Advance. My favorite internet boy, Griffin McElroy, has taken up the hobby during COVID quarantine, and now I'm like, it was the funniest thing in the world. His video, just go watch his video of him doing I think it's the Game Boy Advance, not the SP one, and he knocks over a bottle of alcohol, and his reaction is the funniest thing in the world, and how he edits it. It's so good. Like he has like rubbing alcohol, and it's just hilarious. I'll have to find it, send it to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Send it to me. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Well, that does it for our 10th episode of Speaking of Stadia. I can't believe we're here 10 episodes in. It's been really fun. I've been loving it. We'll be back within a week or two to talk more Stadia news. But in the meantime, for all things Stadia, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Speak of Stadia. You can also find me at Aaron Cini on Twitter, or like I said, Too Tall Porter, T00 Tall Porter.
Yeah, T00. I couldn't get makes me upset still.
Couldn't get them.
Someone else beat me to it somehow, for some reason.
All right. Until next time, thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you then.
I love you.